Breaking news here, Jen Psaki is out of there. Done. Dunzo. Finished. El Fiend at the White House. Jen Psaki said in a breaking interview just today that she is leaving the White House within the year, that she is out of here. Jen Psaki said that she cannot take the heat and that she wants to just go and relax. That's right. Who would want to defend Joe Biden and these communists anyway? I actually have a little bit of empathy for her because these people are indefensible. They are absolute communists, and I would want to spend more time with my kids too. That's what Jen Psaki said in a breaking interview just now, that she is going to be done with this administration in the year. You will not be seeing her turn beet red with rage at the press dais when Fox News or Newsmax asks a question about Joe Biden's absolute communism or inability to speak or inability to function or falling down the stairs. Nope, you won't be able to see her do that anymore or circle back anymore. I think she was one of the worst press secretaries in American history. Jen Psaki again says she wants to spend more time with her kids. I am a father. I think that's admirable. Actually, I remember a press secretary who spent a lot of time with her kids, Kayleigh McEnany, Sarah Sanders. The two of them had children and were bosses. Unlike Jen Psaki, they actually came prepared for the job and they actually told the truth. Without further ado, I have a little palate cleanser for you. In honor of Jen Psaki, I have for you the greatest moments of Sarah Sanders and Kayleigh McEnany back when we had a real press secretary. This is what it looked like. You might want to watch some of these clips, Jen. You only have a year left, maybe a little less. Maybe you could start answering real questions. Let me show you from the true bosses, the doers, Sarah Sanders and Kayleigh McEnany. Check these clips out.
I'd like to drill down on something that Peter asked yesterday, and I profess my ignorance in this, but next week when he goes for his
you said
dog
it, not
smile,
me. Yeah.
So
I mean, if you want to call yourself ignorant,
I am.
I'm
but
not going to argue.
The media has never called it the Kung Flu. Calling it the Chinese coronavirus and calling it the Kung Flu are very different.
The media and your network specifically
called it the Kung Flu.
The media and your network specifically have repeatedly used the term China virus and Wuhan virus, and then gone on to deride the president as somehow using a term that they themselves have never used. So we can go through CNN's history. I'd be more than happy to go through CNN's history. On February 9th, you guys talked about the Wuhan coronavirus. On January 23rd, you guys talked about the Wuhan coronavirus. On January 22nd, the Wuhan virus. I can write it all out for you and detail it for you in an email.
Kayleigh,
yes, Justin.
To admit that. It is not the same thing as calling it the
Justin.
flu.
Blake?
Will the president be reading Hillary Clinton's book, and what does he think about the excerpts that have gotten out so far?
Whether or not he's going to read Hillary Clinton's book, I am not sure, but I would think that he's pretty well versed on what happened, and I think it's pretty clear to all of America. I think it's sad that after Hillary Clinton ran one of the most negative campaigns in history and lost, and the last chapter of her public life is going to be now defined by propping up book sales with false and reckless attacks, and I think that that's a sad way for her to continue this work.
Kayleigh, in a previous life, before you were press secretary, you worked for the campaign, and you made a comment, I believe on Fox, in which you said President Trump will not allow the coronavirus to come to this country. Given what has happened since then, obviously, would you like to take that back?
Well, first let me note, I was asked a question on Fox Business about the president's travel restrictions. I noted what was the intent behind those travel restrictions, which is we will not see the coronavirus come here. We will not see terrorism come here, referring to an earlier set of travel restrictions. I guess I would turn the question back on the media and ask similar questions. Does Vox want to take back that they proclaim that the coronavirus would not be a deadly pandemic? Does the Washington Post want to take back that they told Americans to get a grip, the flu is bigger than the coronavirus? Does the Washington Post likewise want to take back that our brains are causing us to exaggerate the threat of the coronavirus? Does the New York Times want to take back that fear of the virus may be spreading faster than the virus itself? Does NPR want to take back that the flu was a much bigger threat than the coronavirus? And finally, once again, the Washington Post, would they like to take back that the government should not respond aggressively to the coronavirus? I'll leave you with those questions, and maybe you'll have some answers in a few days. Yep.
Kayleigh,
Thank you very much.
folks out there who have said, there's a cause and effect. He watches something on Fox and Friends, and then he tweets about it. Is that what happened this morning, and does that go on?
I'm sure you're disappointed he's not watching CNN.
I think you watch a lot of CNN, if you don't mind.
I don't think that's true. Your numbers would be higher.
Next question. I think Sarah used to always joke about 2-question Tuesday. I think sometimes I get 4 or 5 question Wednesday.
I just want to make sure that people who have a problem with what they saw Monday have a chance to have that addressed. And, what do you say to Americans who are just outraged by what they saw? And
What I would say is,
in front of a church.
What I would say is this: officers have a right to defend themselves. And I've watched a lot of your coverage. I've watched a lot of the nation's coverage, and let's go through some of the things that happen when officers don't defend and protect themselves. In St. Louis, 4 police officers were shot. In Las Vegas, an officer was shot in the head and is on life support. In New York, a cop was beat up by people. In Providence, 4 to 5 police officers and state troopers were injured. And in Ashbury Park, New Jersey, a police officer was injured. Police officers are out on the front lines. They're defending and protecting you as you come into this building each and every day, Jim. We owe them honor, we owe them respect, and when they are under attack, they have the ability to defend themselves.
How does the president expect his Secretary of State to be effective when he's questioning his intelligence?
Again, he wasn't questioning the Secretary of State's intelligence. He made a joke. Maybe you guys should get a sense of humor and try it sometime.
Thank you all very much. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I hope we start seeing more consistent headlines. Thanks very much.